Hi everyone. I was about to put together my Everyday You and Me scrapbooking workshop kit, but I thought before I did I would open it up and show you all that comes in it. I won't do a video putting it together because it does have instructions, and I think I just want to show you what comes in the kit today because it's so confusing because they're not in the catalog, and it's a new product for Stampin' Up. These workshop kits. They remind me, if you've been around long enough, of our Simply Scrapping kits that we used to sell. But these are even better. They're kind of put together with the help of some former Close to My Heart employees that, if you're not aware, Close to My Heart has closed, and some of their employees have come over to Stampin' Up. And so I think that it's kind of got some of Stampin' Up's touches and some of Close to My Heart's touches, and I really love them. So I want to show it to you. There are several kits. Some are on the last chance list because they are from the Halloween and winter selection. And then this is the current spring line, and starting in the next annual catalog, these will be in actual physical catalogs. But right now these are online only, so they're not getting a lot of look from my customers anyway. Because they're not really big on the online, looking at the online only. They love those catalogs, so do I. So I have to remind myself to go look at the online only items. So if you're new to scrapbooking kits, if you're on the online store, click memory keeping and you'll see them there. Okay, so this is the Everyday You and Me kit. I love that it comes in a bag with a Ziploc top. Because all my pieces, when I'm working on it, can get put right back in here and I won't lose anything, so I really like that. These are they're all 12 by 12, but you can cut them down if you do different size scrapbooks. Now they all have paper, they all have instructions, and some of them they all have sticker sheets, I think, but some of them have additional things. Like this is kind of like cardboard or tagboard, I think it's called. Laser cut, really pretty details. And they have instructions, and this is kind of like called a scrap map. I remember calling them in the past. I don't know if they're still calling them that, but it tells you exactly where to cut, cutting diagram for each of the papers, so you can go through and cut everything. And then it even tells you where they go. So this is page 1 piece A, page 1 piece B, and so on, and you can get all your cutting done and have the best use of paper. So it saves the most paper, so you're not wasting. And then in the end, you're gonna have some leftover pieces of designer paper that you can use for more projects, or you can use them on cards. And when I put together the Halloween kit, I did have a lot left over, and there's a video on that. I put together a little video on that. So I love these directions. So once you get your cutting done, now there's assembling, and they say, okay, this is piece 1, and it kind of shows you, kind of fades out here, labeling everything, and then the full color one here, so you can kind of see where everything goes. And it's just wonderful. So, and there's 6 pages. The kit makes 3 double page spreads. So like this is the left side of this spread and the right side, and then the left side and the right side, left side, right side. So you got it. Okay, so this is really pretty. And I just think that directions, the cutting maps, everything are so well thought out. So here we go. It also tells you colors that are used, so you can know, and if you also want any additional things like featured techniques, things like that, you can get blending brushes and whatever. So it's really a fun little kit, and I think it's something really well thought out. So here's this one. Now you can also, so this kit comes with everything. You've got your designer papers, like these. This one's my favorite. This kit uses my favorite color, Lost Lagoon. My craft room is actually painted in Lost Lagoon. Many years ago, when it was an in color, I brought a piece of cardstock into Home Depot and had them match it for me. And they did. So here is a pack of paper. This one's not double-sided. Okay, so you've got, because these are used for pages, backgrounds, and then you've got this giant die cut, really nice. And then look at, these are elements that go on the page, pages, and these are just pop right out. They're cut out, so you just have to kind of pop them out. And then you've got some solid cardstock in Pretty Peacock, my absolute, these two right here, Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. Love, 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 with touches of wild wheat. Love, 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 love. Okay, so you've got this. Now this one, look at these beautiful things. These are stickers. So you've got the die cut ones, the laser cut out ones, and then the sticker sheet. Really nice. And they're all just so pretty. And then you've got these photo placeholders, because maybe you want to put together the kit and the pages, but you don't quite have your photos printed out yet. You can put these placeholders in place so you can kind of have an idea, and it tells you what size they are, so that when you do go look for photos to put there, you'll know what size they need to be. And all of that is laid out for you in your instructions. So here you can see, and these are really nice because they have a lot of photos on these pages. Like this is the first spread, and look how many photos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can kind of substitute some of these and add photos instead as well. So you can kind of customize it and add even more. So depending upon what's going on in your scrapbooking needs, you can change it up a little bit. This one has options for kind of the same thing. You've got 6 squares that you can kind of use for photos, or mix and match, some with photos, some with little designer elements, and then a main photo. And then this one holds, this other spread does, let's see, this one has 4 photos, but you can, again, you can mix it around. You can play around with them too and change them up. So it's really fun. Now, one thing I want to show you that I did purchase, it doesn't come in the kit, but I'm going to show it to you. Okay, these, I just got them. I've never used them before. They're called flip flaps, and kind of, you can tell by the name what they do. So let's say you have even more photos of this. Put your best one on front, and then you can adhere this on top. It's clear, and you can put another photo on top of that photo, and you have 2, 1, 2, plus the one on the underneath. So you can put in this little space here 3 photos. And I thought that was brilliant. And you can orient it either way. You can have it this way, so it's landscape, or you can turn it this way for portrait. And you've got, and these come in different sizes. So this was something I wanted to play around with. I've never used them before. Like here, you could use them portrait style on that page, landscape style on that page, if you wanted to add more photos. I just think they're brilliant. And some people have said, because you know, sometimes we make these scrapbook pages and we put them behind a clear sleeve, right? So you can actually adhere this on top of the sleeve. So you know, finish your page, put it in the sleeve, and then stick this on top of the sleeve. Or some people take an X-Acto knife and cut a tiny slit so they can stick it so it's still attached to the page. That way, you know, it doesn't get separated from the page, but it comes through so you can still look at what's beneath it without having to take it out of the sleeve. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So these come in different sizes. These are called flip flaps, and really fun. All right, so I wanted to show you this, but I also want to say, if you think this paper is beautiful, but you're not a scrapbooker, or you're a scrapbooker, you think the paper is beautiful and you wish there was more, you can buy the papers separately. And so that's a beautiful thing. And I actually did that because I do think this is my paper color jam right here. I told you I love Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. My favorite. So anyway, you can buy a pack of the paper separately, and that's a beautiful thing. You can also, one other way to buy it, you can buy the paper with a sticker sheet. Just these 2 things. So maybe you don't want the whole kit. You don't want 6 pages all of the same theme. You don't want the little hardboard pieces, and you like to design your own. You can get just the paper and sticker sheet and make your own, or just the paper and make your own. You can do so many different things. But look at the online store under memory keeping. With everything all together, those are called scrapbooking workshop kits. And then you can also get the paper and sticker embellishments separate. Now, some of the kits also have matching stamps, and I did grab the matching stamps for this one, and it emulates the florals and also some of the little details like the dots and the way the leaves are made. So you've got the little dots, you've got the fun little swooshy leaves and the fun flowers, and then a few larger sentiments that are sized big enough to go for titles on scrapbooking. So this is great for card making. In fact, we did make a card with this at my last card buffet. And I wish I had saved one here, but I didn't. I could show you that. Didn't think about that. So we did use it, but I also used it just recently too for a separate scrapbooking page here. And I used the Better Together stamp and some of the papers on this page. So this is not part of this is one I just kind of did solo, so it's not part of the kit. But I have so many extra pieces because I bought the extra paper that I decided to make another page on my own. So anyway, please take a look at these really fun workshops, scrapbooking workshop kits. There's several to choose from. This is just one. I bought one of each because I just love them. So I'll show some more as we go, but this one's beautiful. I did show, if you look at the video for the Halloween one, I showed that one, what's inside, and then I showed the bees. There's a really cute one with bees that's perfect for spring, and it's really a darling. And I showed that one as well. So take a look at those videos. I will put these together, and I'll put pictures up of these finished projects at my blog, Beth's Paper Cuts. This other page is also going to go up on my blog, bethspapercuts.com. I think it goes up later today. Well, since I hadn't uploaded the video yet, I thought I would stop for a moment and show you the pages that I have completed and what's left over. So there are, like I said, 3 2-page spreads, and this is one of them. Here, I think it goes like this. And I thought it was clever that they used the cutout here. I didn't glue it down all the way. I did glue this down all the way, as the frame for there. So anyway, these go together, and you'll notice that I did put the photo placeholders there, but I just stick them on with a glue dot so that I can pop them off when I get my actual photos on here. And so this is the 1-page, the 2-page spread. This is not completely finished because they give you on the picture suggestions for how to use some of the die cutouts and sticker sheets, and I wasn't sure until I get the photos on, because some of them say you and me, for example, or my happy place, and I'm not sure exactly what pictures I'm going to put on here. So I saved those off to the side. So you've got our happy place, all of us together, you and me, my happy place, enjoying the moment, there's dream. So you can use any of those on any of the pages. And so I didn't stick those down yet. I've just got the basics down. And so anyway, that's page 1 of the page spreads. Okay, I did use this little sticker because I just really like that little file folder. And again, this is just on with a glue dot, so that's why it's wobbly. Okay, so that's one of the spreads. And then here is another one. Okay, and again, I didn't put the title on, and it can be any of these. And of course they give a suggestion. I think this one is the you and me one, or maybe the all of us together, but you can put anything down there. And so that is the spread. And they also gave suggestions for putting some of these dies onto these areas. So if you have more photos, you can put a photo there, but if you don't, you can do some of these leaves and little clusters of embellishments. They also have a couple that are really good for journaling, or if you have a lot more to journal, you can put some cardstock here and do some nice journaling in any of these areas, and so that's nice. I did put some of the stickers down on this one because they suggested some of these banners, and I liked those, and the little, looks like it's like tape holding it up. So I did use some of the stickers on this spread. So here it is. It goes like this, and again, my title is missing. And then the last spread is this one, and I did use some of the stickers on it, but not all of them. I wonder how big this is. So big because they're 12 by 12, so I don't know how much they'll show, so I'm kind of going like this. And again, I didn't put my title, and so you can use any of them. I kind of looked to see how much of this would get used. If I did it exactly as they suggested, would all of it get used? And no, you would have some leftover little flowers, and maybe the dream, they didn't use that one, they did use that, but they didn't use all of these. So there would be some leftover. They do use all of these in the suggestions, but they only use not even half of these. So there are 16 in the suggested photos. So that's not even half of this. So you're gonna have a lot of these left over, which would be really fun on a card or another scrapbook page. So, and then the paper that I had left over after cutting everything and adhering it is this. So I've got some strips that would be nice on a scrapbook page. As a little embellishment, or you can use these on a card front and cut them and have little papers, different colored papers. These are left over, so I can use those as tags or something on a card. This one is big enough to actually be a card base. I could cut it and score it and have a card base in Lost Lagoon. And then I've got lots of little pattern pieces. So you can use these on other pages or other cards. There's a lot of the plaid, which I love, and it's got the stars on the back. Some tiny scraps you can decide whether or not to use, and some bigger pieces. So that's what's left over after cutting it exactly as they suggest. So you've got quite a lot of designer paper for some cards and a couple pieces of cardstock. Not a ton of the cardstock is left over on this one. I remember when I did the Halloween one, I had a lot of cardstock left over. Oh, and I will say, when I was cutting out the different pattern papers, I had quite a few of these little strips. Well, not maybe 5 or 6. And so, and one of the suggestions that they had, they use little strips. See how these are sticker strips on the top and bottom? And I ended up not using those, and I used some of the paper strips instead, therefore saving my paper because I'm hoarding it because I just love it. Saving some of this, which maybe is necessary or not necessary, but I could have saved this. But anyway, that's what I did. So really fun. I'm gonna have fun once I figure out what photos are gonna go on here. Then I'm gonna place the embellishments because I thought, you know, I want some to be slightly over, and I wasn't sure what areas of the photo can have something overlapping. So I can have some of these leaves kind of overlapping on top of a photo depending upon what was in the photo. So that's why I didn't stick any of these down yet. I'm gonna hold off. They're really fun. So that is my finished pages. That is what's left over. And again, I think I mentioned already that I did this one just on my own. I love this background paper here. And anyway, so it's the same papers, and it's just a really great collection. So I wanted to show it to you, and I love, like I mentioned, that it's in this little packet. So until I find my photos and figure it all out, I can stick it all back inside of this little Ziploc bag and put the sticker sheets in there, and that way everything's together. And when I have my photos, I can go ahead and put them down. So that is a Stampin' Up! Simply Scrappin' Kit. That's what they used to be called. Now they're called Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. Everyday you and me. There's a lot of variety, so go check it out online. There's some really cute ones, and I think there might be some left from the holidays. So if you're like me and you haven't yet even scrapbooked your holidays, grab some of those holiday kits from the last chance list before those are gone. Thanks for watching. Bye.